All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Got it?
I'm good. Hey, welcome to Brooklyn Farm Girl. I am Pamela, and this is.
Matthew.
All right. So most times in Brooklyn Farm Girl videos, it's me, but Brooklyn Farm Girl is truly my family's adventure with all things gardening and cooking and New York City. So going forward, I was like, Matthew, I think you need to come in these videos and do them with me because he is such a big part of our gardening life.
I'm pretty handsome too.
All right, so today is a very exciting day and we're going to talk about all things garlic. All right, so it is November 12th?
13th.
13th. And we are about 3 weeks behind with planting garlic. It's been extremely dry and also very warm here, although today it feels like winter. So we had to bring out the big coats. But today is a day. Let's plant some garlic.
I mean, it's super dry.
Yes.
It hasn't rained in almost 2 months. It rained a couple days ago for a little bit, but we got wildfires in New York City.
Yeah.
It's all smoky and stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So today we're gonna talk a little bit about why we love planting garlic, and then also we're gonna show you us planting it. Our goal every year is we plant enough garlic in the fall to then last us an entire year. So we will pull up the garlic in June, July,
Yeah.
and then that garlic will last us until the next harvest. So we grow quite a lot of it. We are big time garlic lovers. Like the vampires are not getting into our apartment.
How much garlic did we grow last year?
How much garlic did we grow last year?
There was about 100 cloves. And then each clove makes
100
a
heads.
new head. And each clove makes a head.
Yes, in the beginning, and then
each head turns into 4 to 8 cloves. So we have a lot.
This is like the most confusing way to explain it.
We planted a lot. Now we have even more. There was a bunch left over. So, like you were saying, you don't have to buy any new garlic because you grew it. You just plant what's left. You didn't eat.
Yeah, our goal is always to grow enough that we don't have to buy. So we plant.
It's pretty expensive to buy.
Garlic is super expensive. I mean,
not from the grocery store, but from like the seed catalog garlic.
Yeah, but also from the grocery store. Like I think the current price at our grocery store is like $3.99 for 3 heads of garlic, which is very, very pricey.
Yeah.
But could you imagine, like, if you're talking about 100 heads of garlic, that is $400.
Yeah, I mean the seed catalog garlic we get is $15 a head almost.
Yeah.
Or maybe for 3 of them. Yeah, so that's about the same, like $5 each.
Yeah. So the goal for us is to always grow enough garlic so we don't have to buy it anymore. So we grow it, we dig it up, and then we save about, I think we saved about 25 heads this year.
Mm-hmm.
And like Matthew said, if there's 4 cloves on each head, that's 100 new garlic heads that are gonna. So the cycle of garlic life continues. We love garlic. Like I was saying, we are big garlic lovers. We use it all the time in the kitchen. I love making homemade garlic powder, which makes our home just smell like garlic for like the entire week after.
No vampires.
But it's such an awesome thing to just make your homemade powders and dried herbs at home, and I love giving them away to friends. Like I show up at the playground with little canisters of dried garlic, which now sounds like a little suspicious. Sounds a little weird, but yeah.
Garlic's kind of a newer thing for us too.
Yeah.
We've been gardening for a long time. I've been gardening my whole life, and I think the first time we ever grew garlic was a couple years ago. I always thought that it was difficult to grow, but turns out it's very easy. It's kind of plant it and forget it. It takes a long time, takes till summertime. You plant it in the fall, but pretty easy and
Yeah,
super rewarding. Low maintenance for sure.
I was gonna say, I feel like for us, it's probably one of the more low maintenance plants to grow, and I think that a lot of people are intimidated by garlic, but it's probably one of the best things for beginner gardeners, as well as people with limited space to grow. Right? You don't need a whole lot of space to grow it. You don't need a lot of work that goes into it. You take care of it here or there, but for the most part, you're just kind of planting it and coming back in what, 9 months
Yeah,
and checking it out,
that's kind of nice
digging
to
it up.
have. It's kind of nice to have, something to look forward to too. The fall, everything's winding down, everything's dead here pretty much already, but you have that garlic to look forward to.
Yeah, I think I always describe the day that we dig up the garlic as like the Christmas morning feeling. It's comparable to me when we dig up our potatoes. You know how excited I get about that. Although you're mostly doing all the work, and I'm just excited. um, but it's like all this garlic growing under the soil that you can't see, and then it's like the anticipation
Anticipation.
anticipation of just getting it all up and seeing that one little clove of garlic grew all these heads, and oh, it's such a good feeling. Gardening is awesome.
It's very windy today too, so we have to remember to talk loud. Uh, this
Was
is the first. This is the first cold day.
was that just a reminder to me?
It was a very organic reminder, but you blew it. This is the first cold day of the fall. It was 35 last night. Like Pamela had said, it's been a very hot fall. It's been in what? It was like 85 on Halloween.
It's crazy.
And, it's cold today. We're all bundled up, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to get that garlic in the ground before it gets too cold.
Yeah.
We did wait extra long, but hopefully that doesn't come back to get us.
Yeah, so when you get your garlic started, you want to wait until the temperatures cool down. So make sure you don't plant it when it's too hot.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a real juggling act. I mean, you want to plant the garlic so that it has time to get established, maybe grow some roots before the ground freezes or it gets too cold. It just doesn't grow at all. But you don't want it to start sprouting above the ground too much and actually start growing, because then when it does get cold, the cold will come and kill those leaves off, which usually is okay, but it's a little bit of a balancing act. So we're kind of trying to thread the needle this year on being late 3 weeks.
Yes. So we're gonna kind of walk you through. I think there's gonna be some video that kind of overplays a little bit that we show you how we plant our garlic. We are in our community garden right now. We used to do a lot of rooftop gardening, and also as kids we would do backyard gardening. I forgot what backyard was called first because I haven't had a backyard in so long.
Yeah, your backyard was pretty tiny too.
Right. But we're in our community garden right now in Brooklyn. So far there hasn't been any loud helicopters or fire trucks, although I do hear one in the distance, so you might get a fire truck that goes by. And we're gonna show you how we plant our garlic.
It's kind of perfect timing. We just got a big delivery of leaves.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That is great for mulch. Use straw or fire trucks, but we use leaves because we get them from the school down the road. They rake their lawn and bring them in here. They're trying to get rid of them. It's fantastic mulch. So we'll put that on top of the garlic to keep things nice and warm and cozy for the garlic throughout the colder winter months. Our garlic has been, we picked it in July, and it's just been drying in the shed. Obviously we've eaten a lot. We have a
lot.
bunch of people we share with. We work communally on this all together, and what's left, where's that at?
Oh, shit.
What's left is quite a bit, actually. This is a little surprised. I thought people would have eaten more. This is perfect. This is maybe more than enough.
Look at how cool this is. God.
There are like 25 heads here, so
I'm gonna make a little bit of a mess here.
even even saying there's only 4 cloves per head, that's 100. So
Yeah.
probably
No, I
have
mean,
somewhere
1, 2,
150,
yeah.
maybe even 175 cloves, which is maybe overkill. We'll probably take some of these home actually and cook them up.
Yeah, so just look at this. This is 1 head of garlic. And this has 1, 2, 3, 4. This has 6
Yeah, so
cloves
6
in it,
times 25.
right? So
150.
we're going to open this up and take out all 6 cloves. And then we're going to plant those 6 cloves individually. And each of those cloves are going to turn into one of this. So 6 goes to then, we plant 10 of them, 60.
Yeah.
So much garlic.
But we've never done this before, but you know the flowers on garlic,
Oh, yeah.
the scapes.
The scapes.
Some people like to eat them. Usually it's said to, cut the flowers off when your garlic gets them in like June, late May. So it helps put the energy into making the bulb.
We do it because I made that I made that garlic scape pesto last, was it maybe like May? It was so good.
Yeah.
We like pick the scapes and then I put it in the food processor with like all the regular pesto ingredients. I was like some olive oil and I use almonds or pistachios for our pesto and some like salt and pepper and little red pepper flakes and then we like had it over pasta. It was so good. I actually think we still have some in the freezer because I froze a bunch of the pesto cubes. So good. Go ahead.
So, I mean, you could eat the flowers. They're called scapes. But I've never done this. I kind of want to do it, but it's a long process. But if you let the scape grow and the flower, it's not really a flower, but we'll just say blossoms, you'll get what's called a bulb. And you will not just get, 4 to 8 cloves. You will get, I don't know, 20 to 100, maybe 150.
How big is that?
It's the flower, so it's bigger than this.
Yeah.
But they're like little mini clones of the garlic plant. The only problem with this is that to use the bobbles, it takes somewhere between 2 and 3 years to actually get it to grow a head of garlic like this. You have to go through multiple generations. But if you're looking to like establish like a garlic fleet,
Empire.
Garlic empire, that would be the way to do it. Because you're talking each garlic plant, flower, or the bulb, 50 to 100 plants.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
For the price of this.
Yeah.
It will be planting the cloves because it's faster. It only takes 8 or 9 months instead of years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be fun to try sometime. I've never done that before.
Yeah. So first up.
Have any of you tried it before?
Yeah, and if so, please send us pictures because I would love to see what this looks like. Maybe that's something that we could.
It's a big time investment. Pretty cool.
Well, the kids are getting older, so we can have more time
for
investment.
Makes sense.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, the first thing that we have to do to get our garlic planted is we have to clean up the area. The garlic is going where the green bell peppers were.
Yeah.
Was it just the green bell peppers or was there other peppers with it? It was just bell peppers, right?
No, there was shishitos in that row.
Okay.
This is the pepper row.
The pepper row.
Pepper alley. There's shishitos, which have already been removed. Now there's some bell peppers. And then there's some unknown spicy peppers that...
Everyone's too scared to try because we don't know what they are.
But all that needs to be cleaned up. I mean, it's got down to 35 last night, so it's only a matter of time before it frosts. So feel bad tearing them out, but they've lasted a little bit longer than usual. So we'll harvest what's left and then
It makes
take those plants out.
stuffed pepper casserole today. You sound good?
I love that.
Okay. So we're gonna tear out the pepper plants, and then we're also going to take out the landscaping fabric, which we use for all of our tomatoes and pepper plants to keep those weeds down.
Yep.
So we're going to pull that up, and then start digging up trenches.
Just start digging up trenches. We'll have to separate these bad boys. Peel off the cloves from the heads. Dig the trenches, plant the cloves.
Yeah, so we do trenches instead of individual holes. I think that we really do it for time's sake, right? Like it's quicker for us to do the trenches than individual holes. Is there any other reason why you think that we do the trenches instead of
It's just laziness mostly.
time,
Yeah.
right? So we're
You're
gonna,
talking 150 holes
yeah, and
instead of 3 trenches.
yeah. So we're gonna dig the trenches, plant the individual cloves, and then we'll put the soil back on, and then
Water,
water, and then mulch it up with leaves. Water again, and then give a high five and go home and eat some lunch.
Yeah, I mean it has been super dry, so we'll probably keep a little bit of an eye on it. Maybe give it a little bit more water later this week, maybe next week. But garlic is pretty set it and forget it. So unless it never rains again, we won't look at it until
I think if it never rains again, we might be more worried about it.
we have garlic though.
We have garlic.
That's all we need.
All right.
The world needs more garlic.
True.
Right.
More love and more garlic.
All right, rock and roll.
All right. Thanks for watching. I'm never good at endings. But if you I should say thank you to you. Thank you. Garlic. All right. So when we were cleaning up the pepper plants, we found a very random broccoli plant here, and we both don't have the heart to kill it, so we're just gonna let it grow.